Hi there, Daz Smith. Today's date is 2nd of September, and the crypto viewing guys wanted me to go through some of the pages I omitted from my August looking at September news events, just to get it on the record, really. So that's what we're going to go through here. Bear with me a second. So essentially, this was a bit of a departure for me. I usually do my normal news events without incident, really. But halfway through doing the news events this month, I caught a glimpse of something in my mind and a feeling. And essentially, what I did is I followed that, and this is the pages that came out of that data, which I felt was probably too sensitive to release publicly. But the guys wanted me to get it on record, so this is what we're doing. So page 5 here of my RV session, as I said, done in August, last few days of August, 30th of August 2022 here at the top. And as I said, I had a fleeting glimpse, which I got here. Record this fleeting glimpse, which gave me this ideogram here of like a man in motion. And I had the words departure here, and I felt like it automatically unfolded this data from this spark of information. So it felt like a plan or a series of separate but linked terror-style attacks on an infrastructure. And this felt like it was going to be in a large series of cities or a large US city. But I feel like it is more than one location. It feels like it's planned, or is a plan being explored. And I feel that this is in a discussion stage and scenarios are being discussed on this. And this feels like it's being discussed by Asian looking and sounding men. It feels like it's going to be a coordinated series of countrywide attacks. And there feels like a spread, but majority are East Coast related. Some feel fear related and some feel utilitarian. It feels like a first strike scenario to cause confusion before a larger hit or hits. So I explored this further here. This actually has a code name to it. And I was seeing this was like Asian characters, and there was like five to seven of them all in a line here. These Asian characters all in black. I couldn't quite see them, but it felt like the word might have a retribution type feel to it. So this is being planned. They're doing simulation runs. So I asked a question here: what does this mean? Because I was like, whoa, I hadn't seen this before. What does this mean? And then I got data like a web network is established. Something to do with timing, and they're doing something about the timings right now. So they're actually simulating this, and I feel like this is physical simulations. This isn't like computer generated. This is actually people going out, checking timings and reporting back and stuff. I feel like there's a sea or coastal component to this. I was getting these dates like 2029, 2039, and I don't think those are actual dates. I don't know what that means, but I was getting these numbers. That's better to say numbers, not dates. So I got here, okay, this feels like a scenario, one of many. It's in draft planning status. I also feel like there's a lorry or truck or vehicle component to this. I feel like something's going to happen with really big vehicles, and this is going to be explosive, almost like car bombs or something attached to almost like distribution vehicles or something. I got here shipping or distribution lorries, so something like that feels, like shipping crates full of some of their key places, key infrastructure places. And the intention of all this, or the main intention of this first strike, is to cripple. Then I looked at the hit itself. This feels massive. A show. It's going to be devastating. Going to be a single powerful event. Almost like a huge nuclear type explosion or similar. It's going to be super large. It's going to be tall. It's going to have a blast area to it. And a super huge wave. And it's really loud. So loud. And this feels like it's part of a three-pronged attack. Stage one will be cripple, then straight afterwards there will be this attack phase, just a single devastating attack, just to be a show of force, and then that will cause a submission state. And I wrote here at the bottom, what the fuck did I tap into here? This all feels like I'm in some kind of semi-real activity being discussed as a possible scenario, and scenarios are being run as simulations. As I said, though, I don't feel. I mean, there probably is a computer element to the simulations, but I also felt like the simulations were real. So they had real people doing real runs with vehicles and stuff to look at timings, all this kind of stuff. And it did feel like it was a China or Asia versus USA type thing. It definitely felt like it was USA based. So that's pretty much it, really. It's quite a devastating three-pronged attack on a country. That cripples the infrastructure first. Then there's a massive explosion to say stop, don't go any further kind of thing. You're kind of in trouble here. And then there's a phase where there's some kind of negotiation or submission or something. So that's pretty much it. I wanted to get it on tape. As I said, it's 2nd of September 2022. Now, this isn't going to come out in the next month's news or anything, but, the guys wanted me to get this on film, just in case. So that's me. Daz out on this one. Take care. Namaste.
Meanwhile, watch out. China's cyber army is on the attack, infiltrating 24 critical U.S. entities at least over the past year. Just some of the victims. You got a water utility company over in Hawaii, along with a major West Coast port and oil and gas pipeline.
And unfortunately, China's preparing for war with the United States. The strategy here is that they want to be able to invade Taiwan. They're worried that the United States will project military power from bases in Hawaii and the continental United States to Asia to defend Taiwan. And so what China's trying to do is to do these cyber intrusions, lay in wait, and at the right moment attack ports, attack water supply, attack energy supplies. So in short, they're preparing for war.
Two particular sets of attacks we're concerned about at this moment in time. One is criminal cyber attacks against the hospital chain. It had real impact. Rural clinics closed, some hospitals in 3 states turning away ambulances and canceling elective services.
China, also on top of all what Jillian reported, also tried to break into the operator of the Texas power grid. They operate independently from electrical systems in the rest of the U.S. We understand the U.S. electrical system is not connected. But the level of China's intrusion here and their intent is deeply worrying.
Yes, it is. And today we had a hearing in Homeland Security on the cybersecurity issues here in the United States. And yeah, it's becoming more and more apparent to us that China is preparing to launch some kind of a all-out cyber attack on the United States.
They went after a port on the West Coast, that's China, saying we could shut down a port. They went into a Hawaiian water system in Hawaii. We can shut down water in Hawaii. They went into Texas's power grid, saying we can shut down possibly Texas's power grid, maybe during a heat wave, who knows?
Yeah, well, they can do that and much, much more. And so if these are just probing attacks.